Hello, good morning, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. This morning, I wanted to talk about will Jeremiah Taylor and CEO Teasy get justice? Okay. We know that Jeremiah Taylor is the young man who unfortunately lost his life, right? Um, in Memphis, Tennessee, about 3 years ago. Okay. He lost his life about 3 years ago. And he also took care of Young Dolph's mural, right? That was around the time that at the time that Young Dolph's mural was at the location that he unfortunately had lost his life at. Makita's cookie shop had not opened back up at the time, and Jeremiah Taylor went up there every day to clean it up, to take care of it, and all of that, right? And then later on, a few months after Young Dolph had lost his life, Jeremiah Taylor was unfortunately killed. Okay. I want to just play this to remind you all. Okay.
Tonight, we caught up with the man who takes time daily to maintain the growing memorial to the rapper. So Brad Broders is live at the mural with a story you'll only see on ABC 24. So Brad, who is this gentleman that cares so much?
Yeah, good evening, Rudy. Jeremiah Taylor, that's his name. He said he spends at least 15 minutes here each day, tidying, organizing, and adding on to this memorial for Young Dolph that's growing in size and significance, with fans sharing fellowship. Whether it's a spray paint bottle or staple gun in hand, Jeremiah Taylor is a man on a mission each day at this memorial honoring slain Memphis rapper Young Dolph on Airways Boulevard.
He was a legend, he was a king, so his stuff deserves to be treated as such.
For Taylor, the persistence is personal. He, like Dolph, grew up in the Castalia Heights neighborhood, went to Hamilton High, and met the rapper several times.
It was very hard. It started off as me trying to get myself out of a rut. This really put me in a bad situation mentally or whatever. And so just for my mental health, it started out, all right, let me get to doing something positive.
So starting about 3 days after Dolph's death, inside Makita's Cookies, outside the store, Taylor, along with local activist Frank Gotti, made daily trips to organize, beautify, and freshen up this growing tribute.
And I want them to know, people around the world to know, yeah, we care about Dolph. We're not just going to have your stuff looking on any type of way.
Taylor provided this time-lapse video from 3 weeks ago showing the progress across hours. As of Friday, thousands of well-wishers signed their names and expressed their feelings about Dolph's life and his legacy.
The love he had, and people, a lot of people realizing and now seeing that's the person that he always was, taking care of his community, being a philanthropist, and really promoting financial independence and the moral that he taught.
Okay. So we see, I wanted to remind you all now. I didn't talk a whole lot about Jeremiah Taylor because I was asked not to, and I'm sure that it was for a reason, right? He lost his life. I want to pull up let's see if we can pull that up, okay? Because I always like to go back to the beginning, okay? As they say, the beginning. That's what my little nephew says, the beginning. Let's see.
Friends of Jeremiah Taylor are distraught after hearing of his death Friday morning off of Getwell Road.
Hold on, let's stop. This may be it right here. Let's see if we can get video. I like to try to get the video. Okay. I don't know why it's It doesn't have a sound. Okay.
His death. The reason why? Well, it's because he was a person, just one of the people who was responsible for keeping the Young Dolph Memorial clean and look. JEREMIAHTAYLOR are distraught after hearing of his death. The reason why? Well, it's because he was a person, just one of the people who was responsible for keeping the Young Dolph Memorial clean and looked after. Thanks for joining us for Fox 13 News at 5. I'm Daniel Wilkerson. Fox 13's Julian Paris spoke with a friend close to Jeremiah Taylor. Julian, we tried to reach out to police, but there is a friend of Jeremiah's you had the chance to speak with.
That's right, Daniel. So he tells me him and the family are learning new information as time is going on. I spoke with Frank Gotti hours ago here. He's a well-known community activist, and he's been a good friend of Taylor's. And he told me in a somber tone, Jeremiah Taylor was like a brother to him. He was responsible for keeping this place up to date and clean. You can see some of the details on the ground with the Young Dolph images and the dolphins. He actually also created this poster in the background that I want to show you guys, honoring Young Dolph, with memories and messages of what he thought Young Dolph was, as well as many other people. They had their thoughts, and they loved Dolph in the community. And Gotti says Jeremiah will be missed, as now police try to find the killers responsible.
Jeremiah was a great person. He was so creative. He was so like on point. Like he was helpful. You know what I'm saying? He'll try to help anybody.
And Gotti says, you know, he's glad that Taylor was able to do what he did. He was very passionate about it. He says he's been in contact with Taylor's family, and at this time, they aren't available for comment. We've also reached out to MPD for updates on the investigation, and if any suspects have been named in the murder of Taylor.
Okay. Rest in peace to Jeremiah. Okay. Let's see. I want to show one more thing as it relates to Jeremiah. Okay. I think later on they released the vehicle. They said photos released of suspects. They put an S on it. Okay. They said suspects. They didn't say suspect. They said suspects. Okay, vehicle connected to driver killed after crashing into pole. Okay. Let's see here. They released it March 24th of 2022. Of course, you know, the Mercedes-Benz can't look like this, you know. It's just black. Okay, it looked like the one, you know, that they like the Mercedes-Benz. They were stealing them like 40 going north. But that one looks like, you know, they was taking, you know, it was painted, but maybe it was just a regular black Mercedes-Benz. Okay, maybe it wasn't painted. I don't know. But anyways, will Jeremiah Taylor and CEO TZ ever get justice, right? I was told early on not to speak. I didn't speak a lot about Jeremiah. I do believe that the police have an idea of the persons that did this to him, right? They've been very quiet about it. I was told early on, and that was back in like 2022, that it was believed that it was a connection to the Young Dolph situation. Now, it could have been something else, but I normally kind of followed the lead of the people that would know. Since it was so early on, okay, maybe they you know have some new developments and it's leading in another direction, but I don't think so. But I don't know, right? I wouldn't know who did it. I did have someone that came into my chat and said that, and you know, brought CEO TZ's name up in this situation. You know, CEO TZ is not here anymore, so I don't know. But I do believe that based on what I was told early on, not by somebody in my chat, but early on that it lies in the world of what happened to young Dolph. He had been getting threats to stop with the mural. Now, I get to thinking, you know, if they would go up there and shoot up a memorial, right? Those guys were arrested and released, and it was people out there. You think they wouldn't, if they was warning somebody to stop with a mural, whoever it was had such a, seems to me, had such a hate for young Dolph that they was just paying folks to do anything, right? They thought that they could be puppet masters and pay people to do any and everything, right? And they were doing it. So I don't think it would be that far-fetched. I kind of believe what, you know, the police was at the back in 2022 was going in the right direction. I just kind of believe now that they flat out know who it is. They, you know, might be trying to, and who are all involved in setting, you know, and being involved, you know. And so it's gonna be interesting. I do hope that Jeremiah Taylor's family gets justice for him, justice in totality. You know, people are so stupid. They get to what she know. They tells on themselves all the time. Bitch, the police already figured out who was involved. Ho. So don't come over here messing with me. Don't trigger me. Okay, leave me alone. And so, you know, they get so scared when you start talking about people like Jeremiah and stuff. I got away with it. You ain't got away. Ain't none of y'all got away with nothing. You know, straight dropping them thought they had got away. You know, it's interesting. I think they would be able to you know, to it, just like they showed that little picture right there of that car. They was able to, you know, to pull video. There are camera lights everywhere. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to see. And then you never know who's talking. You never know who's talking. These people have gotten themselves in trouble. And then people will confirm stuff. They will put the police on the right track because there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty amongst thieves and killers and stuff. They just know they don't want to go to jail. So if the police have a good idea, just like with the Young Dolph's case, they was getting to Crime Stopper tips, you know. And I think this thing with Jeremiah Taylor is a big mess, but I do pray for justice for his family. His family deserves that. He didn't deserve to just be killed. You know, at that time, these folks thought that they was just the mob. We're gonna take out anybody. We're gonna get a bunch of damn fools and pay them to help us. And now everybody's life is messed up, right? And the truth be told, their lives need to be messed up. It ought to be some things that these niggas won't do for money. Okay, it ought to be something. But they'll do anything. They'll get on their knees and start sucking whack. But that, you know, they ain't got to even have no money to do that. Okay. So, but it's sad when a human life is looked at as nothing. Okay. Now, I've heard other people say that they feel, that there have been some of his family members to say that they think that maybe Jeremiah, it was a jealous boyfriend because he was a masseuse and all of that. It could have been. It could have been a jealous husband or something. It could have been, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I kind of believe whatever direction the police or whatever tips they had gotten in the very beginning. Okay, I kind of think that that it's going to be added into whatever investigation or has been that is going on. That that Straight Drop's attorney had mentioned in court when he says the feds asked Cornelius to work with them. Okay, I kind of believe Jeremiah's case will fall up under that because MPD was going in another direction other than a jealous boyfriend early on, from my understanding. So, but I don't know. I don't know. Hey, like I said, it's going to be interesting. I would hope that, I wish that it had not happened. Hey, I would hope that a jealous husband or boyfriend, but we know people, that people are emotionally unstable. They'll do anything, but I believe that the police has been knowing now. If I was told in 2022 by, some people that, to stand down and don't talk about it, Hey, I didn't. Okay. I think Jeremiah is going to get justice. I think he's going to get justice pretty soon. So, hey, I believe that he's going to get justice. There's nothing under the sun that is not seen or known. And the thing that we've been finding out is that the police, people talk, they tell everything, you know. They don't want to be associated or affiliated with stuff. So that's why I say these folks that call themselves killers, the vloggers, are the least of their worries. What they should have been worried when they was doing it, and they should have been worried about the person that was sitting next to them or sitting in the same rooms with them, that they was calling bro and unc and nephew and all of that. Okay, that's what they should have been bothered with. But hey, when things are not done right, this is always how it happens, right? It has to happen this way, because God is not going to continuously allow these people to do the things that they do, and nothing happens. You know, I know things take time. Things have to be tied together. We see it took about 3 years with the Young Dolph situation. It's going on 3 years with Jeremiah. Let me see what the number 3 represents. Okay, the number 3 is something about that number 3. Y'all know I'm deep. The number 3 represents order of magnitude. Okay. Let's see. It's a spiritual number. I know that 7 is a completion. 7 is a completion. I mean, they definitely gonna, you know, if these folks ain't already, they gonna, a lot of them probably gonna already be in jail. But something else, well, let's see, in 7 years. 3, the number 3 always held powerful symbolism. Think about good things coming in 3s: the birth, life, death cycle, the mind, body, soul connection, the 3-axis typical story. Whenever the number 3 shows up in your life, it's generally an omen of creativity, communication, optimism, curiosity. What is the power of 3? Okay, it's universal. Earth, sun, and moon. Full circle. I tell you, it's coming up 3 years. Full circle. Young Dolph got his justice, partial justice, and I'll say full justice, because he, you know, you got them in jail, and we got to learn about others that are going. So that's coming too. So everything came out in 3 years, right? It's going on 3 years for Jeremiah. That would be a full cycle. Okay, so hey, rest in peace to Jeremiah. You know, like I said, rather it was a jealous husband. You know, I had a young lady to come into my chat to say that allegedly, and I know that another vlogger put it out, but that was after the young lady had came into my chat and said it. And when he put it out on his chat, I was like, wow, a young lady came into my chat and said that she knew TZ's no, that allegedly TZ and Jeremiah were related. I know Taylor is a very common name. TZ's last name was Taylor. They said she said his mom said his cousin did it, and CEO Teaser was his cousin. I don't know though, so I have to say allegedly. I don't know that to be true, but I do know now. Hey, and it could be, okay. But I do know that what I was told early on by a very credible person was that it lies in the world of what happened to Young Dolph. Okay, and he had been getting threats and things of that nature. They wanted him to stop, you know, fixing up the mural and all of that. Now the police know this. But then I heard some more people say that it was maybe a jealous husband. So I guess it'll all come out, you know, whether it was one or the two, It's gonna all come out. Okay. I don't know who it was. Okay. I don't. But I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. Let's see. I want to bet some money that ain't gonna hurt me. Okay. But then I could use, if I bet 3,000, because 3 is the number. I bet 3,000. Somebody else bet 3. I bet I'd win at 6. I have $6,000. So I'll be willing to bet $3,000 that the police know exactly everything that has happened and things are being tied up. So I don't know if somebody be willing to bet with me that the police know, because I believe that they know exactly what happened, not speculating, but knows what happened, and it's tying up loose ends. Hey, I'm not, but I don't want to bet on, because maybe it wasn't tied up in the world of Young Dolph, but I'm gonna say that it was. Even though I've heard other things, I'm gonna say that it was, because the person that told me that a couple years ago, and that was early on, that they believed, said it, and they had reason to say it, that what happened to him was tied up in him taking care of that mural. I know, as time go on, sometimes things change. Once they start to find out more stuff, I just don't believe things have changed. I think they know more. They've been knowing what happened. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a jealous husband. I don't know. Okay. But with CEO Teasy get justice? I think about with CEO Teasy. I was thinking about what his girlfriend at the time, I forget her name. I believe her name was it Brittany? Okay, what she was saying, I might have her name wrong. I believe it was Brittany. Yeah, I believe it was. And she was because she was upset. She was very vocal in the beginning, when he passed away, and she says that nobody was messing with him. When she was with him, nobody was messing with him at all. And I think about what Cornelius, the same words that Cornelius says that Straight Drop said. They ain't messing with us. Okay, they ain't messing with us. So she says that she was the one that was financially at that point taking care of him. Okay. And then I had somebody else very credible threw out a nugget to me and says that Teasy had been more so being in Atlanta. Why did he come back? Who got him back to Memphis? Okay, so I believe the police kind of know what happened with that too. I know there have been a lot of, because I've had people to come at me and say, you don't want to believe it was paper route. I don't think the police believe that it's paper route. I don't think that Chief Davis believes that it was paper route. Okay. That's why Chief Davis and the FBI flew out there and got them phones and that watch. Because they didn't believe it was, I don't think they believed that it was paper route. I don't think that his girlfriend believed that it was paper route. So anyways, I want to see justice for both the young men. Okay. CEO Teasy was a young man. And did I think CEO Teasy had turned on Straight Drop? No. I don't think he had turned on Straight Drop. I think CEO Teasy may have been one of the ones that was still in his corner. And once he saw that they was getting ready to leave Straight Drop out to dry, he was throwing out idle threats. At the same time, he didn't believe that the people that he was throwing them threats out to would take him out. I think they did. And I believe, and they did. Who that was, I don't know. The only thing I can say is who would benefit from Teasy being not here. And the thing about it is Teasy being killed was just so him being killed was just so unnecessary. The folks been knowing everything. They've been knowing everything. Folks have been you have to understand the way things work. When people are questioned and all of that, and they are afraid that their name's going to be in something, they'll have folks to call. They'll get bloggers to put out some stuff, or they'll get people to call Crime Stoppers and tell the police exactly what happened. So, like I said, they didn't have to kill Teasy, because the folks already knew what they did was just got another body. That's why some of these folks gonna get the. Anyways, these people need to stop. That's if they need to listen to Cornelius. They want to think that Cornelius is a junkie, and he was. I think he done detoxed. I reckon he done detoxed. Okay, I know somebody that said he was. Anyways, Cornelius says, I may as well tell the truth. They already know everything. These folks know everything. They do. They told Cornelius what they had, what they knew, and he knew that they had it, the evidence, and he started talking. Okay, so when you continuously think that you can shut people up, and the folks watching you the whole time. Now somebody came into my chat and says that the FBI had Young Dolph up under investigation, so they watched him die. Let me just tell y'all this. When you are up under investigation, you are not watched 24/7, not unless you are a threat. Not unless you are a threat. Even with John Gotti and them, when they started watching, they had those, they was watching John Gotti and them. We had video of, we don't know how often it was, but they had different teams, right? They had different teams because they was absolutely a threat. Young Dolph, when if he was up under investigation, the FBI, if they have you up under surveillance, if they get they find out, in which they normally know because they know how to tap everything around your house and stuff. They have to intercept and let you know that your life is in danger by law. They have to do that. They don't just watch you, die. And even if Young Dolph was not a threat, okay, he was not a threat to human life. So they could not have just watched him die. They would have intercepted. And when you're up under investigation, it does not mean that you're being watched every single day. Not unless you are a threat. Now, some of these ones that was involved in this Young Dolph thing, like they probably being watched every day. They're probably up under surveillance every single day because they are a threat. They are a threat. They are a threat to human life. Okay. Young Dolph was not a threat to human life. So the FBI could not have just watched him be hit up. Okay. And let it happen. If they had gotten intel, they would have had to intercept it. Okay. They weren't just sitting out there watching them shoot him. That couldn't have happened, right? Anyways, I hope these young men get justice. I do. I do believe that these young men will get justice. Okay. Like I said, I was told early on that it lied in the world of what happened to Young Dolph. Hey, maybe there have been some more leads to take the police in another direction, but I doubt it. Okay. I tell you, like I said, if they would go and pop up a mural where innocent people are out there that was fans of Young Dolph because somebody had so much hate that they didn't want to see people celebrating Young Dolph. Y'all think a young man that's being on TV, keeping his name alive and all of that, y'all don't think if they was threatening him to stop doing it, that they would go hit him up? Okay. Let's see. Rest in peace to Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a nice looking man. Okay, but like I said, he could have been a jealous husband that had all of the characteristics of the people that did this to Young Dolph. Okay, they used a black Mercedes this time. They paint some chop shops. They paint them. Let's see. Here he is right here. Handsome guy. The Mercedes, it looks like the same series that was used in the Young Dolph's case, right? Just black. I mean, they're using the Young Dolph Unaliving short. It's short, like the one that was used in the Young Dolph's Unaliving. Let's look at that. Y'all know how I get. Let's see. Young Dolph crime scene. Let's see, white Mercedes. Okay, this one was a 2-door. The other one was a 4-door. Yeah, this one was a 2-door. The other one was a 4-door. So the white Mercedes was a 2-door. So they didn't paint the white Mercedes. It was definitely another one. Okay. It was another one. Hold on. Child, they like to steal. They love to steal those at that time. They love to steal those Mercedes to go commit crimes. Anyways, y'all. Hey, rest in peace to Jeremiah. Rest in peace to CEO Teasy. Hey, I know the CEO Teasy was not innocent, but I hate that happened to the young man. I be hating to see these young men taken out. Okay. Yeah, I be hating to see him get killed like that. CEO Teasy was a young man. He had a, he was a young man just like Young Dolph was. Young black man. I be hating to see these folks get killed. Lord knows I do. He was a person of interest. Just like Devin Burns. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, like I said, it's been so much stuff to happen as it relates to this, and it's really sad. It really is. Let me see. Okay. I'm trying to check something out. Okay, so Devin Burns is still in jail. He goes to court in 10 days. His bond is not that high. It's only $100,000 for what he was charged with. And he's still back there where Cornelius used to be at. So that's interesting. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. This video was longer than I wanted it to be. Y'all know I get to looking at everything. But hey, rest in peace to these young guys. Rest in peace to Jeremiah, who was trying to do a great thing. Like I said, I was told by somebody within law enforcement early on, okay, that what happened to him, they had leads and intel that it, at that time, I'm sure it's fully developed now, that it has something to do with what happened to Young Dolph. It was tied up in that, him taking care of that mural. But hey, other people have said, I had somebody come into my chat and say his cousin was Teasy, and Teasy was tied up, was one of the ones tied up. One thing for sure, was more than one person, right? That's according to the police, right? And then you have people that say that he was a masseuse and he was sleeping with somebody's wife, okay, and that person came and retaliated. Okay. Anyways, I guess the wife scared to say something, I guess, if that's what it was. I don't know though. Anyways, you guys, rest in peace to both of those young black men. Like I said, I know Teasy was not an innocent person. He was tied up. He was a person of interest in what happened to Young Dolph. But somebody took TZ out, and they took him out for a reason. And whatever the reasons were, Chief Davis and the FBI knows. I've never seen a head chief make a scene of a crime. We haven't seen it on a scene of a crime since. And hey, I heard they collected what they collected and left the scene. Okay. Anyways, you guys, hey, but like I said, rest in peace to them, and may justice prevail. Whatever happened to them, okay? Whatever happened to Jeremiah, whether it was the one or the two, whether it was tied up in Young Dolph's situation or a jealous lover, I pray that there is justice either way, okay? But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely hit up the Cash App or the Super Thanks. I love you guys.